All right, we are here with Andrew Hyde. This is Derek from 100 Interviews. Andrew is with Techstars and Startup Weekend. How you doing, Andrew?
Hello, hello. Doing very well.
Glad to have you here. What are you up to nowadays?
Let's see. Techstars is closing our application process for this year. Techstars is a mentorship-driven seed stage funding accelerator out of Boulder, Colorado, and Boston, Massachusetts this year. So we fund up to 10 startups out of each city every summer.
So they just do proposals and then you just evaluate those, or do you actually work with them on a?
Well, they do. They show us what they've been working on. They show us their company. I mean, it's a VC firm of sorts. You know, it's a different model.
So you guys get an inside look on what these guys got going on?
Yep. And then we do the investments, and they come, and it's a mentorship-driven model. So they come and hang out with basically 80 mentors per city that have been there and done that, had exits, or been doing some really interesting stuff in business.
Awesome. What else you got going on?
So Startup Weekend, we just went open with that. So Startup Weekend was a project I started in July 2007. It's gone to about 40 cities around the world. It's an event, a weekend event, to just do what you do, kind of talk that language of entrepreneurship by creating apps and projects. So we spend 54 hours over the weekend, and we get a tech community together. Very, very low ticket price. It just covers food. It's basically a nonprofit methodology.
So it's a big think tank, kind of.
It's a think tank. It's speed dating for entrepreneurs. Like how do you
Nice.
know somebody's quality? How do you know what they're like under pressure, underfed, on the weekend, tired?
What's the response been for that?
It's just amazing. There's a lot of companies that have been started out of it. There's a lot of projects, and more importantly, a lot of tech communities have been strengthened. Their community, and that's what is really proud about it.
That's awesome. So the whole reason that this concept kind of came about was this whole notion of social media expert.
Yeah.
It's got really a bad flavor in a lot of people's mouths.
I'm on the interwebs.
I'm somebody. I've got a blog.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Exactly.
So what I really want to understand, and I think what the people out there want to understand, is how are you using social media in your everyday life?
Sure.
Friends, family, business.
It's kind of funny. Like, I see it as being a very authentic extension of your life, and I'm a member of a lot of people's lives because of it. Where I can become knowledgeable about the nuances of their lives when I come and I see them. I know more about them, and I know when I can help them out and such.
Right.
It's just amazing. I mean, my mom finally started reading my blog after 4 years of blogging, and now it's on Twitter.
What does she think?
She likes it, and she'll say I don't get most of it, but it's just fun seeing you write.
Right.
Which is pretty funny because I start writing about tech stuff and spec work and all that fun stuff that I get passionate about.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's a funny thing. I've got friends around the world. I mean, Startup Weekend happened, when I really didn't know anybody. I was just really getting into the tech community in Boulder, and there really wasn't one, and that was starting to build up. And I really, never traveled. I never really had this college network or anything like that, because I went to school in Rhode Island, and nobody ever leaves Rhode Island.
Stayed there forever.
Yeah, exactly. So through Twitter and through such, I was traveling the world, crashing on couches of people I knew from Twitter. And people that I just randomly met and done searches on, and it was just this great extension of humanity of, like, we all trust and we all believe in quality, we all believe in this authentic mission.
So do you think it's helped you build tighter relationships maybe than even offline in your previous life?
Totally, yeah. I would say I just met somebody in there that, like, I think I know better than most of my friends, that I've known for years.
Wow.
Just
amazing.
because there's that level of, authentic behavior that kind of comes across when it's short bits.
That's great. So what do you, I hate the whole crystal ball thing, but I really want to know, because I've been getting some good insight on what people think social media is going to become, maybe in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah. I see it, and I'm going to be spot on with this prediction, just warning you. I see the smaller networks taking off. So I see it's less about who's the all-star of Twitter. It's more about your 50 friends on Brightkite, or your 50 friends on Foursquare, and how
the micro community.
Yeah, I see the micro communities happening, and I see that they're being rock stars on many different levels, and I see just the smaller, this vision of the web helping out so many people is actually really becoming small now. And I think that is a beautiful thing.
So really, communities really communicating instead of just having someone that has 200,000 followers. And,
exactly.
They are the expert, and everybody, the whole tribes aspect.
Exactly, and that's not. No, that doesn't jive with me.
All right.
So.
All right. Well, Chris, we're so glad we had you, and hope you enjoy South by Southwest.
I will.
This is 100 Interviews, and we're out.
Great project. Awesome.
Thanks, man.